What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. I gotta say, guys, I've been enjoying all your comments, and if you want to show any kind of appreciation for these videos, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about everything. Comment question of the day. What do you think about all these prices in the game right now? Is it justifiable? Will it continue? What do you think? I want to know your input on the prices and how fast they are moving currently in the game. My impression of it? Well, it's just a crazy time to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Guys, before we end, I just want to give a special thanks to David Thomas, my newest Patreon. I greatly appreciate the support. Realistically, I do. And if you want to support the channel without either donating or appreciate the fact that I don't put ads in these videos, love it if you guys can hit the comment section, type in some comments, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button on this video. So, looking at Starlight Rares, the prices throughout this whole entire virus situation have exponentially increased in value. I mean, we recently got Effect Failure confirmed as a Starlight Rare. The Europeans have them, and here in America, we're going to be having it soon. And that price points are already relatively high, higher than its current $476 market price. The value actually is roughly around almost near $600 for Effect Failure that is Starlight Rare, which is crazy if you think about it, because I think the Ultimate's better. Look at the other cards like IP Masquerena, which was $600 last week. The card price point in the market is roughly around $500. Realistically, it's near $700. The price point has jumped $100 in the span of a week. Appaloosa Bowl of Gods, another card with a $600 market price. Well, if you want to let you play it, it's $1,200. If not, it's almost near $1,300 for an Appaloosa. And these are Starlight Rares, and as much as we can look at these cards and people can go, well, you know, look, it's a community, they're buying it, I blame the community. You really realistically should not blame nobody except the short prints that these cards are being done by Konami. That's the ones I really point and go, it's them. Because think of it this way, if Appaloosa or any kind of prismatic was, let's say, 2 per case, the values of these cards would drastically change. Being the fact that some of these prismatic cards or Starlight Rares are maybe one per case, that definitely plays a major factor into the amount of these cards available out there in the market. So once again, I think these cards are insanely high in value, and I don't think they're going to be going down in value anytime soon. One more, we got Marita Seahorse, a $138 card. Well, no, not really. It's $600 for Marita Seahorse. Now, once again, just looking at these cards, I think the extra deck version of the cards, they're high in value, but they're kind of worth being a little bit higher than the normal original prints. But I mean, obviously not to this price point. And by the way, let me just say, these prices are going to go higher. We are not done. There's no bubble of Yu-Gi-Oh that's gonna burst, and all of a sudden something bursts in every Yu-Gi-Oh player's head that owns a prismatic, and they're gonna go in and sell the cards. People think Yu-Gi-Oh is like the housing market or the stock market, in which there's a crash. There is no crash on the market in Yu-Gi-Oh unless all the Yu-Gi-Oh players sell the card. Okay? There's no crash. It doesn't make any sense. In the case of extra deck cards like Appaloosa and IP Masquerena, they're gonna maintain high value. I mean, you got Starlight Ace Rose and Unchained Twins and Marine Cess. These specifically not necessarily need to go in the main deck, but the reason that they're high in value is because they're great in deck cores, and they were cheap. I mean, Unchained Twins Aruha was $110. It's currently roughly around $200. A 100% increase in the value of a card in a deck that's not really necessarily seen as much play. I mean, recently we had Strikers win an online tournament, and everyone freaked out. And everyone ran over it, and the first card to really have the huge spike is Sky Striker Ace Rose. This card was $256. It's now looking to be near $800 for this card. Yu-Gi-Oh players are really excited to see Sky Strikers win an event, and they're going and they're buying out Sky Strikers. And maybe people want to be asking, V, do I buy Strikers? Well, yes, but no. You can buy a low rating, but buying a high rating makes 0 sense, being the fact that even though it's a good deck, it's not a great deck, and the deck still loses to a lot of other decks and Emancipators. Just because it beat one deck in a tournament doesn't necessarily mean it's the be-all end-all deck, the big anti-meta deck. It still has a lot of problems. Lightning Storm is a very good card against this deck, but nevertheless, it's still a good deck that you can play. It's a fan favorite. Speaking of Lightning Storm, Prismatic Lightning Storm, which was $550, is now over $1,000 for this card. And this card, this is the price point for Prismatic I don't agree with. Even though I like Lightning Storm, I think it's a good card, and the Secret is hitting some high numbers as well. A Prismatic in the main deck doesn't belong there. I think it's good for like marine sets. When it was like 200, it was like, okay, whatever. I guess it's good for marine sets because, I mean, you're playing marine sets, why not, I guess? I mean, you're obviously not playing a tier 1 deck, but you're paying tier 1 value, so go ahead. But when you look at a deck like a card like Lightning Storm, that's a meta relevant card, to hold this high price point, I don't know, I don't really agree with that. I don't love to know what you guys think about these crazy prices in the comments down below. Everyone should be buying Poison Draw Frog. I mean, it's as much as a prismatic, 950 bucks. At that, it's $1,000. It's a common at Dark Legends 4. It's like a prismatic, and you know, same kind of meaning. We also have a Drama Country coming out of Raging Battle with a $11 market price. It's actually around almost near 12 bucks. You want a first edition version? You're looking at $14. Oh yeah, real quickly. So if you want to buy these cards, TCG Player link down below. I just recently did a new podcast. That's down below as well. I would greatly appreciate if you guys check those out. And like I said, if you want to really support this channel, I would greatly appreciate a comment and a like in this video. Moving forward, guys, we have Cyber End Dragon Ultra Rare Cybernetic Revolution, $164. Looking at it right now, you get a German for $200. If you want to let you played, $320. And you want to name it German, well, that's $375 for this card. So I just want to really touch again on the fact that people think the market is going to bubble up and pop. Well, that makes zero sense if you really think about it. Who is going to go? All the players owning a Cyber End Dragon, they're all going to get together in a little Cyber End Dragon meeting, and they're going to go, oh, you know what we should do? We should all sell Cyber End Dragon for low price points. No one's going to be doing that. There's no pop in the bubble in the collector's market. There's no pop in the bubble of the Starlight Rare market. The competitive meta market hasn't even popped. The casual market has always been sporadic. We're getting a new ban list soon. We're getting Eternity Code next month. We're getting the Megatins, and Konami's gonna start announcing Yu-Gi-Oh events. So once again, I just want to know, and really help me out with this. How is the market going to pop when all this is happening? In a short span, mind you. And that's not including things that's gonna be happening afterwards. What with new sets releasing? Oh yeah, real quickly, another set's releasing next month. You know, the Toon set with good reprints, such as Pot of Extravagance. But I guess the market's going to pop. Poor kids gotta stop passing on poor versions of conspiracy theories. I love conspiracy theories, but that's a really bad one. Up next, guys, we have Abomination's Prison coming out of Chaos Impact solo print. $17 market price. I mean, Name It First Edition is roughly around $15, so it's down a little bit. This is the most expensive card you're probably gonna need if you want to play Unchained, if you want to. That and besides Prismatic. We also have Bujin Amaterasu Ghost Rare with a $14 market price. The value on limits is roughly around $95, as well as first edition. If you want to near mint, it's almost there $100 for this Ghost Rare. All the Ghost Rare has been increasing in price, and here's just another one of them. I thought it was a little bit shocked because I've been hanging out with buddies and yelling. We also have Boost Warrior solo print at a Duels Pack 10 Yusei 3, $13 market price, and yeah, no, it's roughly around $13. You want a first edition? You're gonna pay $15 for this card. We also have Heritage of the Chalice for those Noble Knights. Supposedly, Noble Knights are gonna get support and become good. And if you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long while, you've already heard the song and dance. You already heard, oh, watch out, Noble Knights are gonna be coming good again. The only thing good coming out of Noble Knights was a card not necessarily realistically using Noble Knights, and that's Isold. It was using not Noble Knights and really shined in not Noble Knights. It's kind of weird, like Kriston Needle Fiber is not being used in Kristons. It's like it's like the what's the one for Pendulums? Oh my god, Heavy Metaphors Electronite, not really being used in Metaphors. It's kind of like these cards are really good, just not in the deck they're meant to be. And now I'm not saying that's gonna happen with the new Noble Knight cards because I don't know what they do, but I don't think Noble Knights are gonna be that good. But yeah, Heritage of the Challenge with a $2 market price. The prismatic version is at $4. We also have Magician's Souls going lower in value. Like I said, once again, the unlimited runs coming through, the value is starting to go down. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players returning locals, cracking Legendary Duels Magical Hero. The value currently of Magician's Souls is $97. You can get it unlimited right now for roughly around $92 to $93 for the card. Now, if you want a first edition version of the card, it's going to be a lot more money. You're talking probably another like 10, 15 bucks depending where you go. The price point for Neiman First Edition is roughly around $105. We also have High Priestess of Prophecy, Return of Duels, Original Prince Secret Rare, Spellbooks. High Priestess of Prophecy is roughly around almost $15 in the market price. Unlimited, about $13. Now, if you want a first edition version of her, well, That's going to run you roughly around $17. It's not that expensive for this card, and I really do hope that we see more Spellbook / Prophecy support in the future. They are a really good looking deck artwork-wise, and they're a really fun deck to play, and great ultimate rares like Spellbook of Secrets and all of those kind of cards like that. We also have Access Code Talker at a Eternity Code. This card is kind of stabilizing right now. We got a $57 market price, and the current price point is roughly around $57. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to really dive into this card, and this card can hit crazy high price points like Appaloosa if Yu-Gi-Oh! Players don't pull this card enough in their booster boxes. Konami said with Eternity Code, the ratios are going to be fixed, but yeah, we'll have to see with Eternity Code. And we'll have to see what happens with Access Code Talker. Also, we have Edge and Sabers coming out of Lost Art with the Ultra Rare version with a $6 market price. It's almost there $12 as well. Then we're going to talk about Kuribohs, because why not? I mean, you got your Wing Kuriboh Ultimate Rare out of Lost Millennium, $70 market price, and then you got the real price, which is roughly around $120 to $140 for Ultimate Rare Wing Kuriboh. You also got the level 10 version, okay, coming out of Cybernetic Revolution, $78 market price, and yeah, no, it's not that. You got one listing for $123, and if you want a first edition version, you're paying about $700. I'm next Thunder Dragon Colossus. With the bans coming up soon, it could be any moment, realistically. Thunder Dragon Colossus is holding a $40 market price. Realistically, it's at $50, and which it quickly goes to $55. The page bombs out, and very short page, by the way, at $70 for Thunder Dragon Colossus Ultimate Rare. Now, here's the thing. Every ban list, cards like Thunder Dragon Colossus, and other cards I'll show you in this video, are going to be increasing in value. It's a hype, it's a speculation. Whether or not this card sees any play, whether or not this card comes to the ban list, makes no sense to anybody who wants to get involved in a card that has potential. The potential hype will increase the value of these cards. It's that simple. And everyone gets confused, and everyone gets involved in semantics. Everyone gets involved in, it might not come off the ban list, think about this way, think about it that way. The hype will increase the value of the card. What are you not getting? If the value of the card goes up the hype, you can sell into the value, not buy into the value. And let's say Thunder Dragon Colossus does come to 1. Have fun buying the new price, because it ain't gonna be $50. That's for damn sure. You're not seeing it at that whatsoever. Up next is Chaos Dragon Leviathan, another card out of OTS Tournament Pack 12, Ultimate Rare with a $50 market price. And hey, I mean, you got one listed at $49. After that, 50s all day long. For Chaos Dragon Leviathan, a card in which was dirt cheap for a while, and now it's substantially increased in value. Then we also have Red Ice Flame Metal Dragon, another Ghost Rare, Clash of Rebellions, $52 market price. Unlimited versions are $90. You want a first edition version? It's $120. Once again, everyone owning those. Don't forget when the bubble comes to the market to get together, okay, and then sell, and then sell lower and lower and lower so the card value goes back to $1. So everybody that said they was gonna buy it can now buy it, or say they're gonna buy it again. We also have Premature Burial, another card which maybe has a chance of coming off the ban list. Now, I think if this came off the ban list, Monster Reborn would have to go back on, and it would make sense actually see this come off the ban list, and Monster Reborn go back on the ban list. Anyway, the original print version of Premature Burial originally came out of Pharaoh's Servant as an ultra rare, $5 market price, Lightning Fan Limited, it's roughly around 11. And if you want a first edition version of this card, you're looking to pay roughly almost there $25 for the ultra rare original print Premature Burial. Now, if you want the Dark Beginning version, well, this is supposedly the most expensive version. I mean, market price is $8, and it's almost sold out at $17, but it depends on how you want to do it. I personally have owned each of these, and I kind of like the Ultra Rare Original Print more. Also, guys, we have Z1. This is a card that can be used on chain, believe it or not. When a set card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, select a continuous spell or field spell in your graveyard, add to your hand. It's a pretty interesting card. It's currently a promo in Ultra Rare with 60 cents, and yeah, it's dirt cheap in the market. Video game promo, dirt cheap, and the card's not that bad, actually. We also have a Puppet Plant coming at Turbo Pack Booster 5. This is the highest version of Puppet Plant, mind you. At a Turbo Pack Booster 5, 38-cent the market price, and it's roughly around a quarter here on the market. Now, the thing about these cards is you got Puppet Plant, you got Marionette Might. I mean, they're basically monster versions of Change of Hearts, I guess is the best way to say it. Because by pitching it, you can take control of either a warrior or spellcaster. Marionette Might takes control of a fiend or zombie, and Puppet Plant over here takes control of a warrior or spellcaster. Did I say warrior spellcaster? There's warrior spellcaster, fiend or zombie. I feel like there was a third one. Oh, here it is. Electric Virus. Electric Virus is machine or dragon. I always say get the highest version of all these because they're going to go up in value. I mean, the Battle Pack Tournament price card version of Electric Virus, as you just saw a little while ago, I'll show you again. is at $15. Okay, that's the highest version of that card. Marinette Might, the highest version of this card, is roughly around like a quarter because it only has one printing. It only has one original printing, 2 reprints, but they're all commons. Puppet Plant is where it gets a little bit weird. Puppet Plant had a couple of printings, I'll show you right now, but it had a rare printing in Turtle Pack Booster 5, which is dirt cheap. I always say get a playset of each of these if you can. Get it as high rarity if you can. And for Puppet Plant, you're not paying no big difference. It's a quarter. What's gonna run you? $2 to get a playset of a card that's a rare in Turtle Pack Booster 5? You should definitely get this and own this as fast as possible before this card gets recognized by the market and gets bought out. These cards are insane. These are great cards in a meta that has a short tier list. That's why I love these cards. And throughout the years, they have sporadically shown play. So keep an eye on these cards. If you don't have some, you might want to pick it up. We also have Super Electromagnetic Voltec Dragon. Knocked out the park on the first try. This card is $1.75 market price. Ultimate Rare? Yeah, no, it's 100. After those two are sold, it's 400. And after that one's gone, it's 1,000 for a PSA 10 version of this card. We also have number 88 Gimmick Puppets Leo. I covered it the other day with an almost near $5 market price. It's about bought out. You got $24 listing and $26 listing of the card. Don't know why, to be honest with you. We'd love to know in the comment section down below. We also have Drilloid, but Dark Relation 4 Super Rare. That's sold out. Drilloid. And then we have other cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon out of Dark Duel Stories. At one point, this card in the market was roughly around $250, which is a lot of money. Market prices are being roughly around 1,000, and you can buy a PSA 9 version for almost near 2,000. And then there's another version over here for also $2,000 for a Blue Eyes White Dragon Dark Duel Stories promo. It's getting to the point where some of these prices are, do you play with them? Do you not play with them? I feel like with extra cards, you can play with them, but the expensive ones, because you're not always shuffling them, you're not handing your opponent to shuffle, and you're using them, putting them on the board, and putting them back in. That's the big interaction. As far as main deck cards that are $2,000, do you play with them? I kind of want to say yes. Is that weird? Is that bad? It sounds bad. But they are expensive as well. We also have Star Wars Dragon Ultimate Rare, and with all these ghost cards that's going to be getting bought out, and we're seeing them get bought out as time goes on, as the first edition ghosts are gone, which they are, the unlimited ghosts are being cleaned out, which it is, the next highest version will more than likely be Ultimate Rares. In the case of Star Wars Dragon Ultimate Rare at a Duelist Genesis, with a $33 market price, unlimited versions are $75. Lightning Play is $125. This boat is sailing without a lot of players knowing. And that's something that's very important. If you see ghost cards being bought out, check for the next highest rarity, which should be Ultimate Rare, and see if they're being bought out. This is very important because once this is cleaned out, what do you got? A market cleaned up of all the hard to get, highly valuable cards. That's what you got, and that's what we're looking towards more and more in the future of this game. As time goes on, this game is going to be having a limited amount of hard to get old school cards. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. So what are you doing to get your hands on some of those cards? Let me know in the comment section down below. We also have number 16 Shockmaster, and I feel like every ban list, a new card gets thrown out there, and market hype happens. The thing is, the value of that card does not go back down. Shockmaster has a $9 market price, Ultra Rare added Shonen Jump magazine promos, and it's just about bought out. You have a version over here at $9, about 3 of them. After that, it's $22. Now, I did have a super rare reprint, and it's under $1 still. But when you look at number 16 Shockmaster, the card's banned. But the potential of the card coming off the ban list is always real. Now, let's say this card, let's be honest, this card probably would not be coming off this ban list. Hopefully, any ban list. This card's broken. But the potential, the hype, the fear will always drive this card's price up right before every single ban list. It's inevitable. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised by the next ban, so maybe the bans afterwards, the super rares are going to be getting bought out. So what I'm trying to show you guys is, listen, whether or not the card comes off the ban list means nothing in the market's eyes. The market would always see cards like Shockmaster and go, you know what? I'm going to keep those prices high. I'm going to keep them hard to get. I'm going to keep them to a point where nobody else can get these. So one day when this card comes off the ban list, the hype is at its all-time highest, they'll sell into it. And if you bought a Shockmaster at $9, well, it's not a bad buy for Shockmaster when you see the price of being $22. It's even better a buy for Shockmaster when you see it at an even higher price point. Now, obviously, Konami can easily go in and circumnavigate this and make a Secret Rare Shockmaster or Prismatic Megaton Shockmaster. They can easily do this. But would they realistically do this? And if they do that, well, the value of this version, the original, might still hold high value because the excitement of the card coming off the ban list with it being printed will be at an all-time high. So there's almost no lose-lose situation for anyone owning these kind of cards. We also have Black Luster Soldier Chaos with a $78 market price. Who would have thought the card is one of the best Link 3 cards in the game? Is roughly around $83. Who would have thought that? It was going low for a while. I think at one point it was like 65, I think it was. And then everyone's like, get rid of your BLS. No, you don't. You hold these cards because these cards can go higher and higher in the market. And there it is right there. I wouldn't be surprised if this card continues to go high if it does not get any reprints coming out in the next month's set of the Toon Chaos. We also have number 100 Numeron Dragon with a $20 market price. The value currently is $20. I still, for the life of me, do not understand why this card has high value. Please comment down below and let me know about this. And then if you want a Xian Spy out of Dark Relations 4, it's common. Okay, straw print common. $5 market price. Well, nope. It's actually roughly around $11 for Xian Spy. Like, nobody even plays this card. But it came out Dark Relations 4, so there it is. $11 common out of Dark Relations 4. It's a good set, I guess, but is it really worth being that high in value? I don't know. I don't think so. Noble Knight Madra is also increasing with the rest of the Noble Knight hype. I mean, I'm not talking about the Ultra Rare. I'm not talking about the Platinum Rare. Some people like the Platinum Rare, and he's only a good example of the Platinum Rare showing no value compared to the original print or any other version. The Platinum Rare is roughly around worth around $1, and then you turn around and you look at the original print Noble Knight Madra, and that card has a $12 market price, and no, it's bought out. The card's on limited printing at $30, and you want a first edition version, you're paying $50 for this card. So yeah. I mean, the other rarity is nice, I guess, but if you want the value, you get where the card originally came out from if it's the highest rarity, in which it is. So, Gizmic Uka, the festive fox of fecundity, I cannot say that word right, is currently roughly around $24 in the market price. Pre-sale, but it's actually listed at $21. The value of this card is dropping, and I'm getting the weird feeling like this is a card that's not being respected for what it is. This is a really good card that I feel like the whole entire meta is just looking past because we're only hyper focused on the online tournaments, which I like to say is it's like looking at a meta through a dirty glass window. You're not necessarily gonna get all the cards, you're just gonna get an understanding of what are good decks, but not every single card in them because it's online, whereas physical is totally different. Looking at this card, I really do think, and honestly truly think, that this is a really good card that nobody's looking at right now. It's getting disrespected, and I think this is a low-key good card in the set. We also have Maxi. So, Maxi obviously is going up in value because of the ban list. And if it comes off the ban list, explosion. Everyone's being naysayers because they're not thinking, as of course they're not, because why would you think in terms of the market when you think in terms of the game itself, which includes the market, but you're not thinking about that part. People are always saying, V, cards like Maxi, Ultimate Rare, coming out of Astral Pack 4, $275 market price, $320, that's crazy price points. In fact, Maxi Secret Rare and Storm Ragnarok, $37 market price, unlimited being roughly around $36, first edition being at $66, that's lunacy, V! The card would never come off the ban list. My counter argument is, does it ever matter? I mean, if it comes to the ban list, let me just throw it out there. You'll be lucky to find an unlimited version of Maxi Secret Rare for $35. You'll be lucky to find a first edition version of Secret Rare Maxi at $66, and you'll be damn lucky to find an ultimate version of Maxi at $322. You'll be lucky. You ripped them off. Good deal. Right now, people aren't seeing it for what it is. The market's always rising with Maxi. Every time Maxi doesn't get on the ban list, get off the bans from being banned, the value of the card exponentially rises every single time. And yet nobody's talking about that. Nobody's caring about that. People are talking about the practicality of the card, but realistically not looking at the market value of the card, which is increasing every single time. It's like us being in a car and slowly being full of water, and you're going, I don't think we're gonna drown. And then next week the water rises a little bit, and you're like, we're not gonna drown, guys. We're not gonna drown. We're not drowning. Eventually, the water's over here, and then some guy comes over, some guy walks up to the window of the car and goes, I'm gonna push the car in the water, and you're gonna drown. And then they're like, oh no, we're drowning. That's literally how it is with Maxi with the ban list. Every single time, it's like, it's not coming off the ban list, price rises. It's not coming off the ban list, price rises. It's not coming off the ban list, price rises. Maxi goes to 1, the price spikes. What the hell with these buyouts? focus. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. The price is always going to rise. It's very simple. If Maxi doesn't come off the ban list, the price will still rise. It might go down a little bit, but before next ban list, it's going to go even higher. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the market does. Do you buy into the hype or do you sell into the hype? When this card was low, who bought into this card? When this card is going up in value, are you still buying into the card? Probably yes. When this card goes to 1, do you buy into it? No. Wrong. That's how you lose money. And that's what we see here. It's a great example. So anyone says Maxi's not coming off the ban list, they're just not getting it. And they will never get it. When Maxi goes to 1, when it eventually goes to 1, which we know is going to happen, it's inevitable. When that does happen, they're still going to be like, I can't believe Maxi's so expensive. This is not fair. Maybe, you know what? Maybe they'll believe it a little more if we would see Maxi come out in Toon Chaos. I mean, that would make more sense if you think about it. I do think Maxi is definitely desperately needed for a reprint. I mean, besides the crazy ultimate rare price, secret rare price, even common versus Maxi are near $5. Gold rare Maxi $7, and the $7 version of the $7 to $8 version of the super rare Megaton is pretty insane. The ultra rare version with an $18 market price is currently roughly around $22 with shipping. So yeah, all the versions of Maxi going up. It desperately needs a reprint. I agree with anyone who says that. And hopefully we see it in a Toon Chaos set, because we don't have a spoiler of this set. We don't know what's in here besides a couple of Toon cards and Pot of Extravagance. It'd be great if Konami puts Maxi to 1 and then has a reprinted in a Toon Chaos set as a common, thereby killing the $5 common version. It'd be awesome. It'd also be a good lesson to everybody, which hopefully some will learn. Hopefully some will learn. The fact that maybe every time instead of complaining about the practicality of the card within the market, look at the market. Because the market is telling you the card is going to get expensive every time the ban list happens. Whether the card comes off the ban list or not, it means nothing. It's always about getting involved. The minute the ban list is like, what's this? The market's like, what's this? And slowly the price rises. Because nobody's cracking open packs of Summer Ragnarok to put Maxi back into the market. Those owning Maxi, they're not selling Maxi. They're holding it and waiting. Those not owning Maxi are going to be paying primo dollar for the card. Are you? Listen, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos. Have a great day.